When visiting New Orleans, one of the world's most vibrant cities, it's nice to take a break from the hustle and bustle in one of the places that makes Louisiana so beautiful. The Bayou. We hit the road out of town with Wild Louisiana Tours, and as the Superdome faded behind us and Lake Pontchartrain came into view, our guide Josh kept things interesting with stories about the Bayou's social and ecological importance to the region.
This lake is like a pot of gumbo. You got fresh water, you got salt water, oysters filtering pollutants off the bottom. What does that mean for you folk?
And before we knew it, we'd arrived. I love it when a guy likes his job.
We're going deep into alligator country, y'all. There's 2 rules in this bayou. Don't drop your phone, and then don't pet the alligator. I know, take all the fun out of the tour early.
Josh just made the ride out here so amazing. It was only about a half an hour. He had so many stories about the history and the geography, and so it's off to a good start already. This is going to be a good trip.
We got our safety briefing, hopped into our kayaks, and hit the waters of the Manchac Bayou. Once you get past the highway, it gets quiet pretty quickly. The kind of silence that's only cut by the blissful sounds of the bayou.
It's such a gorgeous setting. Once you get away from the highway, you can actually hear the sounds of the swamp. It's pretty cool.
It wasn't long before we spotted our first gator, a baby popping its head up over by the banks, too fast to get a shot, but we didn't have to wait long for another. This one was larger, a juvenile, and Josh estimated somewhere around 200 pounds, which makes this guy over 7 feet long, longer than the tallest NBA players. We continued on deeper into the bayou, stopping along the way to observe the ecosystem.
You know, Josh was just stopping to illustrate to us about how everything is interactive in an ecosystem like this, and the roots of the cypress are a place for the dragonflies to lay their larvae, the spiders spin their webs. Everything is interconnected. It's always important to remember that.
The Manchac Bayou is a feast for the senses, and not just the scenery. It's the sounds. I stayed back from the group a lot just to sit and listen. Gators are, of course, the stars of this show, and to see them like this, up close in their natural habitat, peacefully basking in the afternoon sun, it blew my mind.
Wow. That is absolutely amazing.
The gators have the cool factor, but the birds here bring it too. From the giant graceful crane to the beautiful barred owl, who, unlike many other species of owl, are active during the day and easy to spot from a kayak, especially on the late afternoon trip.
Some of these birds aren't hard to spot, but that baby up there that's in the trunk of that tree, you really need a sharp-eyed guide like Josh to spot something like that. This is really cool to see a baby owl like that in its little nest.
We continued on to the turnaround point, where a nest of bald eagles sat high in a tree. Josh told us stories of the difficulties this family of eagles has faced and how they've overcome them to sit here just above our heads and rule over their kingdom. It's the first time I've seen one this close in the wild, and we all soaked it in. As we headed back in the peaceful dusk, I appreciated the time of the tour we'd chosen.
At first I was worried about taking the late tour, but after seeing how cool it is and how quiet the bayou is when you're out here, I don't think I'd have it any other way. This is a fantastic tour. Great job, Wild Louisiana Tours.
We go deep into alligator country and we see all sorts of animals. Every guest gets a catered experience. All sightings, no bitings.